Justin. We have a Justin.
Welcome to Mind Control.
What are you guys doing? Are you guys on drugs?
An all-nighter interviewing people. Let's ask Justin.
It's 2 a.m.
You guys are awesome.
Are you sleeping in your voltage shirt?
I do. That's how I get sales, is I sleep in my voltage shirt.
Justin is our lead of sales here in new business.
Hi, Justin.
And we're waking him up.
You know
okay,
what? You know what?
Justin, are you ready for this?
On that note,
Ready.
This is a
here's your
straight up question. What is the secret to landing clients, especially when starting out?
Definitely trust.
Oh,
Definitely.
we said gift baskets. So
We're all human, especially like, at least when I started at Voltage, it's like pre-COVID. But even with our clients, they're all over the world, right? And so I think it's hard to build trust, and especially when you don't meet somebody. So I think it's just really important to get to know people, just to like get to know them as humans. I actually have a really good example. So when I first started like reaching out, and I learned this in life in general, but I started to use LinkedIn first, and I was like messaging people, and I would just get straight to the point. Like I would just be like, hey, what do you need? Or, whatever it is. And I had one person say, Justin, you should just ask how my day's going. And so that was a big lesson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cause I was like, oh, like that's way more important to know, like, hey, how's a person doing? Or like, cause I was just like, let's get straight to business. Right. But that was a huge lesson for me. Cause I was just like, yeah, we're human.
Did
like
you ask
we
how
know.
your day was going?
You're like,
I did.
my day's bad now. Thanks.
Yeah. But no, it taught me like whenever we're dealing with, sales or clients, like one, I believe in what I am selling. So that's number one. It's huge. And then two, it's just, what do you guys need? Like, what do you need help with? Let us be that resource for you. Let us make you look better, or whatever that is, just be that person for them. Cause that's really, why they would need help anyways,
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's
Well,
huge. I
so
like it.
it's a good point in the fact that like I'm almost scared when I sell people that it'll feel when I'm selling to people that it'll feel like I'm selling to them.
Yeah.
So like I know what you mean where you're coming in just going, look, hey, I'm interested in helping you out and being a part of this and working together, and for sure let's build it up. I don't want any of like the like, hey, how's it going? How's your family? Questions to be part of the sale. But
Yeah.
It's amazing that when you switch to that mindset of just going, I'm actually interested, I'm legitimately interested in how things are going with these guys, and then be like, well, I'm doing this. So if you're interested, then there you go. Like it's not a trick to know. It's not like you're fooling someone by learning how they're doing. You're actually learning how they're doing, and it's okay.
Yeah.
So it's a very good point. Cause you always hear, just come in, be honest, be quick, and be that stuff. But really it's so much of it is like, do I want to work with this person that just comes in and goes, hey, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need?
I read a book. I thought this was really interesting, but they said in the book when they would do pitches, like sometimes people will purposely mess up just to show that human element. Just kind of like, it reminded me what you were saying, because you're like, let's get straight to the point, what it is. But I think, I always like, crap, I said the wrong word. Eric, we had a meeting yesterday. You were like, I kept stumbling on my words, but it's like, that's you know what I mean? Like that's human, and it's who we, you are nervous and you worked hard on what you pitched them. And so it gets scary sometimes because you don't know how they're going to react to it. But that's awesome.
You're invested in it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
But I think one thing, Justin, and you're a great example, is having that sincerity. People can read that no matter how
100%.
hard it is to say it. A lot of times hard to articulate things, but they feel it. So
Yeah.
when you're dead honest, you can build a lot of trust. How though, Justin, have you found it? How do you build trust in like times of COVID? I love talking to our clients, being there in person.
Yeah.
You just read so much more, and they can feel
so much more. Yeah.
your passion for things. Do you feel like that can still come through?
Yeah. I think in a group setting, it's 100 times harder. Like we've tried that at Voltage where it's like, if we have 3 people on the call, let's not have like 20 people from Voltage on the call, right? Because
It's just like
we're just hidden in the
the
background.
whole gang is like yelling at 2 people. Yeah.
But I think it's important to have like the one-on-ones. So I try to do that with most of our clients, like just to get to know them. And like sometimes we talk business, sometimes we don't. We just talk and, hey, how's your week or whatever. Because like I've had clients where I've been in a situation where it's like, no, you think I'm trying to sell you, but I'm not. Like, I really think this will help your brand. And I just want to like go give him a big hug and just be like, we're friends, you know?
Yeah.
You just do a lot of like
hugs,
of like
hugs.
who hurt you before that you
Yeah.
think this is all
Yeah, exactly.
like who came in, and a lot of times someone has.
Oh
like,
yeah,
a lot
I mean
of
it's
times
really
they've been
common.
burned. Yeah.
I mean people.
They're like the last people we worked with. They just all they wanted to do. They made me do this thing. You're like, they made you choose something that you didn't want to. And there's
But yeah, I mean, even through a Zoom call, I think that you can still strike a chord with people and just come across as authentic. And look, even if it's bad, like, let's just talk through it. I don't know what it would be, but you know, maybe they're struggling with communication with us, or we're not working fast enough. Let's just talk about it and work through it. That goes a long way. Like, cause people try to hide around that and just like, no, we'll get it done, but you just be honest with them and straightforward, and people appreciate that.
Yeah, it's so right. I mean, trust is key.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me as well as like teach too. Like, don't be scared to teach. Some people are like, well, I don't want to teach you, but it's like, that goes a long way with trust too. Is like, you're teaching me so that I can take this. Cause we tell all the time our clients, like, we'll hire a team. We'll teach them how to do this stuff so that you guys can be more, independent, not so much reliable on us. So we've
had clients who we've wanted them to come in and tell us exactly what this means to do this. And you know what I mean? Even if it's unrelated. Well, there's a whole language that developers and artists and designers use that like the clients are wildly unfamiliar with. So you're talking about UX, UI design to people, and they're just I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You need to figure out how to dumb this down for me, or just really just speak a common language so we can even understand this. And you want those clients to be free to ask questions without feeling stupid. Because anytime like I talk to an IT guy, I'm like, the computer box, my Google box is not working. You know what I mean? Like, you're embarrassed and you're just like, oh yeah, sure, man. Google, whatever. And it's a big difference of them going, well, this happens all the time here. Let me work your way through it. And you're like, oh, thank you so much. Like,
Yeah,
for sure.
I got an important question. How close are you to a cowboy hat right now?
Oh my God,
absolutely.
dude.
What is happening?
Oh, yeah.
So this one's a Atwood hat.
Oh, yeah.
This is 100% beaver. That's like $1,000 hat.
Beaver? Oh my God.
The hats are
A Mind Control exclusive.